All
And welcome back.
right. Go ahead, Mr. Gold.
Well, you know what? I took it away last time. Excel, take us into the rift.
Well, we have a successful record going on, and here are our teams. Three-Legged Turtle, our friend, and this is the third game that we're casting of his in a row, taking the jungle with Kha'Zix, and he played Kha'Zix in the first game that we casted of his, and he was remarkably good. Great KDA as well as objective control. I believe he got all the objectives except for a Miracle Baron steal from the enemy team towards the end. But it didn't matter because they finished the game right after. So let's see what he does on this Kha'Zix. It looks like he's trying to pick him any game that he's able to get him.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be finishing off the 3-game series right there where he's going to be going for perfect. The only concerning trend right now is that Three-Legged Turtle is 100% win ratio on the blue side, whereas yet to win a game yet on the red side. And I know that may seem like stats can sometimes lie, but stats are still stats. Isn't that right, Rav?
Yeah, we are going to have to see if he's familiar with this side of the jungle. I know he plays 50% of his games on that side, but we haven't seen any evidence to that tonight. And yeah, first game on red side, he's going to go ahead and start the red buff. And each jungler is going to start the red buff. No advanced LCS tile leashes here for either jungler. This is high level Plat play. The Jhin. Yeah, the Jhin had a diamond border, and then just a whole lot of plat and gold borders here for the rest of them. But what's very interesting, as I pointed out to you before the game, is a Mordekaiser is being picked in mid lane, and that's just something that you don't see in pro play or in solo queue very often. At least I don't.
Yeah, I just want to focus on this quickly. It's going to be kind of interesting, the matchup, because the Mordekaiser could be in danger of the Blanc is going to be one kept down. Now, if the Mordekaiser can stay even, he should be fine. But if he gets exposed early and gets in trouble, and his shields are down, he's going to be pretty much blown up. And it will be an interesting battle just because you have Beast, which is probably my favorite African-American Olympic sprinter, versus Prodigy, one of my favorite alternative music bands. So I'm not sure who I want to win.
Wow, you've got love for a lot of different groups, don't you, Mr. Gold?
That's how it should be as a feminist.
I don't even know what that means anymore. The term changes so frequently. But back to the
That's
rift.
That's a sign of a feminist right there in you.
I want to care so much that I don't even know what I'm caring about. Anyways, we have trades going all over. Aurelia getting poked out. This is a replay of the second game that we watched in the top lane, whereas Gnar versus Aurelia, the last game that we did, Aurelia had a massive lead over the Gnar. Whereas at the beginning of this game, Gnar pushing Aurelia in, which is what you're supposed to be doing. So we're going to
Nunu looks like he's going to get bursted out for the first blood in mid lane right there. Nice grab right there. The Nunu was going to assist Prodigy, but Prodigy doesn't need help. It's a classic by itself. You gotta be careful with the warning. The taste your blood. This is going to give part of the jungle over. It looks like we might see a flash play here. Oh, taking turret shots.
So close. We have the minions on the red team side, and they're able to pick it up. 3-0 now for red team. And earlier, I missed that first blood. I had it on the computer controlling the camera, and the computer didn't even go over towards the first blood action. What's going on with that? You know what? Man over machine every time, and I will not let that happen again, folks.
Well, don't worry. For all the action, all you have to do is input gold power, and we had that. Basically, Nunu was trying to support, had pretty much a good chance of getting a kill, but the Nunu walked right in the jungle and right into the Kha'Zix Taste Your Fear. Before he looks it, he isolated, damaged Q, and then pretty much he was dead afterwards.
Are you seeing what's going on in the Dragon Pit right here, Mr. Gold? We
I
seem
don't
to be
believe
having
it.
an early level 3 Nunu Dragon take, but computer keeps wanting to switch off of it, but I think we should watch this.
Yeah,
a little bit of an early smite here, not fearing and the enemy team coming in, and just able to consume that, do a little dance while he's backing. So yes, even though the gold lead is over towards the red team, first Infernal Dragon taken at a very early 4 minutes and 50 seconds over to blue, and we have ourselves a game.
To immediately what you have to do after you give away a retarded first blood to a Kha'Zix who's a snowball jungler. Doing that, and I don't even know that happened, is how you gain respect. It looks like the Kha'Zix is going to be pushed down the top side there. The Blanc's looking for a pick there, and she wants to get rolling. But this is going to help the bot lane as well, know where their jungler is, so maybe they can stay in this lane if they want to stay in this lane. But things aren't going that particularly well in this bot lane right there, and they're pretty much outskinned as well. Actually, no, they're not. Actually, I apologize. Project Ash is one of the better skins out there.
Take a look at the bot lane items right now. You have Jin with the BF sword, whereas Ash went Cull and the refillable potion. So huge damage advantage for Jin. And let's see if he's going to be able to take advantage of that and pick himself up another kill.
Big action in top lane right there. And they aren't able to bring him down, and they will have Mega Gnar as a backup there. Nice try. The Gnar should have been more aware of the Kha'Zix going around, and it's close. I don't think the Kha'Zix is going to want to wait up there, though.
Just as you were saying that, big action on the bot lane happened as the red team support, J Rosie. What's with all these supports with the J names? It's definitely a trend that we've been seeing. J Rosie.
Oh, huge damage on the Ash.
One more shot is all the Jin needs. Good at getting exhausted, but taking minion aggro, not wanting to dive too much for that. But advantage now swung right over to the red team on bottom lane. Top lane now is a gank, and most certainly Aurelia is going down, but can't even take one in return. Gnar, with his first kill, is going to look to try to push this wave out and get him back.
What an interesting change on the matchup on the last game that we see where the Gnar is able to really get ahead. Again, if the Gnar gets ahead and gets himself in a situation with a Frozen Mallet, might be able to kite back the Aurelia. So I'm not sure if this is matchup skill up or who's best, or it could just be the red side coming into play. This is a lot harder for the Aurelia versus being on the blue side because she's more gankable. And it looks like we missed another kill on the Nunu. What's going on here? Dragons and blood, oh my.
I was there looking at it, and it was a misstep by the blue team. They had the kill on Mordekaiser for sure, but the Nunu, wanting to give the kill over to the LeBlanc, ends up not hitting the Mordekaiser for the final attack, and red team's able to turn it over and win that trade. So just a mistake there by not finishing the kill. And man, I hate doing that as a support when you have the kill and you decide to try to leave it for your carry, and the enemy ends up getting away, and you just kick yourself every time for it. And I still do it to this day.
Oh, completely. And yeah, that's why I prefer Vel'Koz, because pretty much, you blow your combo, your AD carry blows his combo, and before the last auto attack lands, you have your ultimate to secure the kill.
I love how you say secure the kill as your support Vel'Koz.
Well, maybe you should support Vel'Koz.
Maybe I should get going on the Alistar and see how the 1-2 punch does with Vel'Koz bringing the heat up.
Oh, curtain calls coming on bot lane. They're running back, but I don't think they can take up the full damage. You get the run. One more hit, and his brand's going down. Oh, and misses the last one.
That might have been.
Yeah, but that Ash should have gotten away though. It was close though. And another kill goes down in mid lane. Damn you, support thing.
I apologize. These kills are just happening left, right, and center, and the computer is just not directing any of them. Top lane, big action going on it. Gnar getting the huge Gnar bar onto the wall. Gonna try to push the lane in and see if you can get a little bit of poke on this Aurelia. I'm deciding whether or not Gnar wants to move back.
The Ash is gonna get caught out, but he dodges it. The flash goes in, but too many tower shots. Ash is able to return to kill. The Jin gets one back, but nice job on the 3-on-1. More gold was going to go over to the blue side. Excellent play there by the Ash. Kha'Zix, you probably shouldn't gone in there, but that's okay. We knew we had the right intention.
And another kill going over to Jin. Not only that, double buffs. So
top lane action's going.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gold.
Look at that nice turret tank by Nuno. This guy's doing one good play after one, then fucking up the other one. Oops, we can't swear on live TV.
That's right. Unless we be a couple of.
We're not on fucking live TV. Woo!
No, but we do have a first turret gold. We do have that, and they want Gnar to have that completely. So, like you were saying before, a complete change over the last game that we casted with Aurelia dominating the Gnar and able to be a split pushing monster. This time, Gnar getting the first blood, the first tower gold, and now TPing to mid lane to prevent the tower from
Kha'Zix
being
is going to
taken from
catch the
his team.
Braund. Oh, Taste the Fear. Oh, look at the damage going to the Braun. Run, Braun, run. I feel so bad for the support Braun, but he's able to he holds his exhaust through that entire play. Nice. Only costs him the flash.
Another Infernal Dragon coming right up in 22 seconds. Three-legged Turtle is going to go ahead and secure the Scuttle Crab to try to get a position on this. They don't want to give this over to this Nunu free like they did last time. One Infernal Dragon is not the end of the world, but two very well maybe.
Important to note that Kha'Zix's mana bar is not so high right now. That may come into play with getting some pressure objection, but this tower going down should free them up to take it afterwards. I'm going to be expecting a rotation right now with some vision going up. Oh, chickens time.
Yeah, went ahead and smited that. So we have the smite down for Kha'Zix. It looks like to be about 30-second smite timer, so they're not going to be able to burst this dragon. But what am I talking about? They are bursting this dragon. It is a wind dragon. That's right, we are observing.
Curtain call goes up.
So we can't see the dragons until they actually spawn. Mordekaiser grabbing this dragon. What do we have? This is not an ocean dragon. This is not a wind dragon. This is a ghost dragon. And this ghost dragon is going to be pushing down mid lane with his team.
What does the Ghost Dragon exactly do and really add, besides one of Nicolas Cage's worst franchises?
Wow, I missed that one, but that does not seem... Oh, you're talking about Ghost Rider. Oh, yeah. The first one was okay. The second one was just terrible. But here, he's being a fifth member while Jhin is in the bot lane. They do have a 5-on-4, almost being able to burst out this Brand. Brand cannot stay close to this fight. Kha'Zix is looking to jump in to kill him. LeBlanc here on the bottom side, but we have Gnar going down for the first time this game. Aurelia picking up that kill, and we have a 4-on-4, but Jhin coming up from bottom lane, looking to turn this. And why don't we have a recap from you, Mr. Gold, on what you think is going to be happening here with this second turret being pressured?
I feel like since the tower is down mostly, and no nonsense around, that tower is definitely go down. You see right now the question arrows are going towards the Ash. Like, what are you doing right there? You have an enchanted arrow. Maybe you should use that. Maybe you should join your team. Maybe you should help kill these team members. Maybe you shouldn't be the reason why you're losing the game. I think that's the point of usually the 3 question mark ping with a bit of condescension. So a little bit harsher than I would put it right there. This is pretty much opening the game up for the red team right there. They're going to have a lot of pick potential. The Aurelia is going to be hard to kill. You're going to have the Kha'Zix going in right afterwards with the Mordekaiser being a bruiserist mage. Things are looking pretty good. You have the curtain call, Jhin. What I'd like to see now is a team rotation, obviously, to the bot lane. But since we're not watching pro players, I think we're just probably going to see like some solo lanes, probably a solo kill. I think this Aurelia is going to try and get some havoc on this Gnar, but wait for the rage bar to go down and then go to party. What do you think, Rav?
Well, I have a lot to say about what you just said, and we've been so used to casting Rift Rivals together, watching Bang on SKT just shoot these miraculous cross-map arrows. We got to remember that this is not Bang, this is Diamond Tex, and he's barely playing like a Diamond player, let alone like a Bang. And here we have a next objective fight. This is Nunu that's wanting to start this. With his Consume Smite, he might be able to get the damage onto this objective now that Zyra is killed. But first, he's going to use ultimate. Got a 3-man ultimate, two-man ultimate with Mordekaiser able to get the ultimate on Nunu, temporarily having another member on their team. And like you were saying about this turnaround for Red Team, you got to give it to being able to push that mid tower as a team, getting the Wind Dragon, then the ever-important Ghost Dragon to help finish taking that second mid turret. So just being able to really snowball, well, not necessarily snowball, but turn this game around from a disadvantage that they first had to now an advantage.
Well, we've seen this play before. Look at Kha'Zix's path right there. I think he wants to go after the Ash, but I think he learned his lesson from the other time. Is this is going to go for the jungle. And that play all started off with out. Brand basically unloading his load on her, rich Asian boy style, and pretty much set the tone for that team fight. But they're able to go some back the blue side. I just want to note just how much of an excellent.
Sorry, we're just having a little bit of mic problems with you, Mr. Gold. You're just cutting out there a couple of times. So we didn't quite hear the last 5 seconds of what you had to say. But we have a team fight going on bottom. Jin getting caught underneath turret, and you cannot be there as a Jin taking that so much damage. Spooky Ghost coming out, getting the 2 slows. Slow from the Ashe, getting the Zyra. This Zyra is not getting away from this, and possibly neither is the Kha'Zix. Jumping away, is looking to try to get away, but not able to. And this is Aurelia on the wrong side. Oh, but thankfully, blue team does not see her, and she's going to be able to get away. Meanwhile, Mordekaiser pushing on the top wave. Oh, so I was wrong. Aurelia not able to get up. Oh, Mr. Gold, we just we were about to say, you were saying something, and then we couldn't hear you. We just heard the last part of what you're saying. You're having a little bit of mic issues, I believe. But meanwhile, we have the mid lane getting pushed in by blue team. Curtain call being used. LeBlanc pressuring Jin, having to abandon the curtain call, and being able to flash in there, pick up the kill, and has a blue buff at that. Continuing on, red team picking up the kills, and almost even. We have great engage from the Zyra, able to get the knockup on the Ashe, followed up by the Jin damage. And this Jin is just taking over the game. Yes, Zyra is picking up kills, but that's both Jin and Zyra having 3 kills, 3 assists, carry from the bot lane. And also our boy, three-legged Turgle, 3-2-2. Trading objectives. I have to see how this ends up, but we have 2 members down here on blue team. They will not be in the greatest position to challenge for this dragon. We don't know what this dragon's yet on the observer mode, but for sure we have this red buff going over, and they're going to have great wards and positioning for this next coming up dragon. Let's see what it's going to be. It is going to be a Wind Dragon. So unfortunate for them. They have positioning on this, but it's going to be yet another Wind Dragon. Three-letter Turgle getting bursted out, down to 1/3 life. Zyra, finally an Enchanted Crystal Arrow hitting her. The Brand, a perfect ult, able to get it on 3 of them. This is now being dove. That's a 2-0 going over for blue team. Not only this is going to be a free dragon, but they might be able to pick up another kill on Aurelia. Beautiful, right over to the Ashe. Okay, so not only that massive team fight win, but there's going to be a free dragon over for this Nunu. That's what you want to be doing as Nunu. Yes, he's died 4 times, but look at those assists. That's 10 assists, and that's going to be a second dragon. I think he possibly might even run right over to this Rift Herald if he's prioritizing these mid-game objectives. Let's see. Alright, so just my co-caster, Mr. Gold, just having a slight little bit of mic issues. He's just going to have to, unfortunately, deal with those. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the cast for you all. I do have some experience solo casting, so there shouldn't be too much of a stretch. I have gotten the pleasure of casting with a co-partner. So much easier when you're not having to talk for almost every second of the game. But this is the 3rd cast in a row, so we're going to give the vocal cords a little bit of exercise. This is why we practice, and all set for the live event. It's going to be the 3rd live event of the season for me, and that's going to be at Raiders Esports Center. It's from the Ontario Esports League, and they're going to be doing their first tournament of their summer schedule. They have a 10 tournament summer planned, and this is the inaugural event that I have the pleasure of casting and hosting. So I can't wait for that. Ashe coming right back into this game, no longer being told that you have no damage, you are not using Enchanted Crystal Arrows, able to pick up the kill on the Mordekaiser, who unfortunately is a little bit of a detriment for the team at 0-4 with 3 assists, only able to secure that 1 Ghost Dragon, which did lead to a tower. We have Curtain Call coming out. Whoa, Ash, a little bit of a misplay there. Went ahead and did a fail flash. Just barely able to get out. But these are 4 members of blue team that have to retreat back. And if red team has any sense, they're going to push. They unfortunately don't have any minions here at mid-wave. But they really should be pushing the top and bottom if they can get out there before blue team can recall and answer in kind. So, we're very even in gold, only 100 gold difference. Let's take a peek at the gold counts. We have top lane, 1300 advantage for Gnar. We have the jungler, 600 advantage for the Kha'Zix. In the mid lane, fairly even at a 600 advantage for LeBlanc. Bot lane, 700 gold lead for Jhin. And the support, a 600 gold lead for Zyra. So the gold fairly evenly spread out. Major difference is this 7-kill LeBlanc here. Just he's able to burst pretty much everyone on the opposing team. Maybe the Mordekaiser can... Oh, just a slight miss by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. They're bursting on Zyra. If they don't get her, it's a huge disadvantage for them. Able to get the kill and the tower. So able to land most of the skill shots, pick up the tower. Spooky Ghost coming out. I don't think Nunu wants to follow under tower, but what he can do is be able to get some damage on this. So it was a good job tanking it. Want to go ahead and burst out this Mordekaiser. Beautiful Narbar, able to get the CC heading back. That was a purposeful Nunu ult there, even though he suicided. Just because of that, was able to guarantee that the mid turret did go down to 10% life. And Kha'Zix caught out a little bit too far with too many ranged opponents on the enemy team. And Gnar being aggressive. Wow, this curtain call was just up. This is what happens when you go for this Essence Reaver instead of the Dustblade on Jhin. Is you're able to get that curtain call up so much more with the item. So slight advantage now going over for the blue team. That was a 1-for-2. Able to pick up this big wave here on bottom. A little curious, they're showing the jungler down there. Red team in turn is going to call out for the Baron. So it's just warded. Blue team saying, hey, we want to go towards that Baron. Maybe we shouldn't be showing so many people bot lane. Dragon up in a minute 30, but really these teams are concerned about Dragon. Red team pinging for the mid. They're saying, hey guys, let's push mid here. We already have a split pushing top. She does have teleport, so let's go ahead and cause a team fight here. Blue team being a little bit too aggressive. They can catch this brand out. That's really one of the targets that they'd like to be engaging. And this is what this curtain call is for. It's entirely to be engaging upon this brand. Just getting the one shot off, a little bit of a waste. Good damage trade. Unfortunately, Mordekaiser getting burst out yet again. He just does not have the tankiness to be staying inside the middle of the enemy team. Wow, look at that crit from Jhin. Able to get... LeBlanc was half damage there. And here, the Gnar is strong, but she's not going to be able to destroy 3 other opponents. And we have a very, very good trade over 3 members of Red Team able to push middle with only the Nunu set to try to defend. Nunu does not have the ultimate, so does not have the wave clear tools to be able to defend against this effectively. It does have a fair bit of tank items, but really the Jhin should be able to just hang back and keep damaging this turret. 3-legged turtles pinging out the dragon, and little does she know that... oh, great move by the Aurelia to knock the jungler the opposite direction. I imagine that she's going to jump over, get this Infernal Dragon, and let's see if the blue team can contest. They do have vision. Ashe did shoot the vision out. They do know that Nunu is here. You don't want to be doing a smite fight against the Nunu. And what you do want to be doing is killing him before you smite. So great job. If you're the Aurelia, you want to be tanking this this dragon. It should be free. And the look at that, beautiful. Kazakhs was able to secure, and once again the Ghost Dragon is able to push. So let's see if they go mid lane. I do imagine with this mid lane damage, it's down to 30% health. If they push, but they're not necessarily going to push. They're just going to try to get some timers. Ghost Dragon attacking minions. You do have to direct them to attack enemy champions. So a little bit of a failed play. You didn't need to be that far up as Mordekaiser, but you know it's 7 death. He's not really worth too much money, and he's just there to pick up Ghost Dragons. But that one just not very effective. Blue team is able to get the inside track on this Baron. Does have a control ward on it. Did just pick up the Scuttle Crab and this very effective control ward, and red team has no idea that they're doing this. LeBlanc is out here looking to prevent anyone from coming in, but this is just going to be a free dragon, a Baron over. Great exhaust there from the Zyra, and a little bit of a lucky arrow. Yes, it was shot towards 2 of them, but three-legged turtle not having vision of that arrow, and Ash getting that fadeaway kill on Zyra. But you have to give the advantage over to the blue team for picking up that Baron and having even dragons, even gold. Let's see if this is going to be any sort of turrets going over for blue. But take a look at the ward coverage. Blue team having 4 control wards all out into the river, and wherever they don't have a control ward, they're picking up Scuttle, or they're putting a regular green ward. So great vision out for their team, and they're not going to be caught out surprise. If anything, it's going to be red team who's going to be the one to be surprised. So blue team saying, okay, let's run it down middle. They only have 4 members, but Nunu should be able to get back into a mid lane fairly shortly. 10 kills, 8 assists over for the LeBlanc, so that's an 18 out of 23 kill participation. By far the MVP on this team. And this mid tower does not have much left longer to live through this world. Gnar turning into Super Gnar, going ahead and getting this Mordekaiser, but you don't want to waste too many cooldowns on him, as he's not really worth anything. You really want to be targeting the Kazakhs, the Aurelia, or the Jhin, as they're the ones doing damage. But if you can get anyone out of the fight, then more power to you. Brand getting his ult out, just doing enough damage to discourage red team from doing anything too ridiculous. Three-legged turtle trying to make a move here, realizing that he needs to get this Ashe, but Ashe kiting away, and just too much damage out on blue team. And what unfortunately that means is it's not just a team fight win, but with them having Baron on most of their team members, they should be able to push, and if they should push anywhere, it's going to be mid lane. Well, Ashe going towards bottom, and mid lane getting pushed, but because of the health bar, it's just not able to do too much. That was an ace. Mordekaiser is up, but these two can definitely burst out Mordekaiser. He's 0 and 8 right now. Really not doing anything. Brand doing a good job, even though he got ulted. Step back here, and LeBlanc with all her damage. Now 13 kills, 10 assists, just able to get that full health Mordekaiser as if he was nothing. So Ghost Dragon is just not doing enough for their team. You got to have a few more tools. 2 Ghost Dragons, just not enough. Good reason why Mordekaiser's not picked is he is melee ranged, and if he gets behind like this, you better hope the rest of your team's doing well, because really all you are doing is a little bit of damage and Ghost Dragon. You're never going to get dragons if your team is very behind. So you have to have other parts of your team to even consider I mean, other parts of your team being ahead or at least even to even consider getting dragon control. But the Gnar is able to jump away, but is it going to be enough? There is a Aurelia here. Is going to be able to get the jump. This is a 3-on-1 right now. Mordekaiser does have the ult, should be able to pick up the little Gnar ghost. And this is not a position that Nunu wants to be in. Should have Aurelia split pushing this top. She does have TP up, and Red should be defending their turrets here. They want to fight though, while they have the Gnar on their team. But it doesn't look like Mordekaiser's too used to using these ghosts. He's not having the best ghost control. Oh, look at that all. Three-legged turtle being very smart, getting ulted by the brand, jumping away from his team so it doesn't constantly bounce off them. Very high-level play there. I just don't see that in my solo queue games. And just because of that, Red Team's able to turn this fight. And really, LeBlanc has to be the target. If you can't kill LeBlanc, she will kill you. Jhin picking up the kill on the Ashe. That's what you want. Right now, it's a 2 for 2. Flashing red bars all over the map. They don't necessarily know that this Jhin is here. I believe Nunu is pinging this Infernal Dragon. Looks like a free objective. And I think they're most certainly going to be taking that. Get some sort of advantage going their way. They are only 4,000 gold down. And if they can get this Infernal Dragon, then big up for them. Should not be close here. Yep, able to pick that up. But if they get the double kill back, not a complete loss. With that, you have to give the advantage for Red Team. Doing the 2 for 0 there, they should be able to push in all their lanes. Just the Infernal Dragon, you know, somebody might call it differently, but I think being able to get all your lanes pushing and possibly get a future team fight win is going to be worth more than that single dragon. But three-legged turtle a little bit too far out there, and Brand, even though he's a support, is building some pretty big damage items. Got the Frost Wings Claim, Liandry's Torment, and looks like he's going to be building even more damage. So good on Brand, and just being able being that big damage threat for their team. Okay, so 3,500 gold lead for blue team. The red team having the dragon advantage. Wow, so Kha'Zix stole that dragon in the past. That's even worse for blue than I thought it was. Scuttle here, very important when you're wanting to get Baron control. Just able to pick that up. Not too much damage from this curtain call. Channel Cursor Arrow hit. We have TP coming in from Aurelia. Nunu going in on the back line, trying to get this Jhin out of the fight. Blue team with a 3-0 advantage. Ashe with the double kill. He's going for the triple. Let's see if he's able to get this on three-legged turtle. I don't think he can. But can LeBlanc get the stun? She absolutely does. Turtle just wanting to take him on a little bit of a race here. You do want to engage this Nunu in a one-on-one battle out in isolation, but that's not what Nunu wants. Nunu wants to push this this mid turret with this Ashe, giving this Ashe the buff could be a huge attack speed advantage. And wow, what a swing here! So we have this game taking a little bit of a lull here now with this mid inhibitor, Don. Blue team is going to go ahead and buy, while red team's going to rush for the Baron. Yep. Yep, sounds good. I see it. Okay, so red team getting the inside track on this this Baron, but item advantages coming over from the blue team. Levels are pretty similar. Nara having a slight advantage at level 16, waiting for that rage bar to get up. They can't lose the Nunu here, so able to get the jungler out of the fight. Kha'Zix is not there, and Brand getting the ultimate effectively on 2 people, which was just enough for Ashe to be able to get that kill. And it's going to be cleanup time for blue team. And I think the win streak for 3-legged turtle might be coming to an end. I don't even think that blue team needs the Baron at this point. They can just push for the win. It's a 4-0, and with this super minion coming right down the middle, really, as Nunu, you just need to be buffing your team, and your team hitting these towers. Not a lot that Aurelia can do. Aurelia is fairly strong with the Trinity Force and the Randuin's finished, but just really not able to do enough against 4 players. Not wanting to ruin the KDA, she's just going to hang back, wait for the Kha'Zix. Wow, what a troll. Just lets Kha'Zix go in there and get the kill while she just sits back. Well, you know, went ahead and gave up in the game. It was over. But if you see your teammate jumping in, I'm always in favor of jumping in as well. You know, Demacia for the kill, and you know, you just gotta charge it. But you know, I do want to thank Mr.Gold for being here to help at least for the first half of this cast. But a great game, very swingy, and you got to give the MVP to LeBlanc. 31 out of 41 kill participation and only dying 3 times despite being constantly in the red team's face. So, hey, 3-legged turtle, good job. Love casting your games. This is game 3 that we've done. Rav Excel finishing off with the solo cast. What do you know? I still got it. So here's just a little bit of figures for everyone. And I'm going to have to say, it's not goodbye, but until I see you again.